In 2025, the biggest political losers inside the Democratic Party didn't simply damage their own careers. Their miscalculations reshaped the strategic battlefield for 2026. This year exposed something deeper than internal disagreement. A party whose establishment leadership was challenged, pressured, and in several cases, overtaken by its own progressive base. Tonight, we're going to break down 4 of the most consequential fronts: leadership challenges against Hakeem Jeffries and Katherine, Gavin Newsom's high-risk redistricting gamble, the unraveling of Joe Biden's policy narrative, and Chuck Schumer's disastrous 43-day shutdown. Stay with me, because at the end of this analysis, we'll map how these failures could determine who actually controls Democratic power in 2026. The real story of 2025 isn't who lost, it's who replaced them. 2025 didn't just highlight progressive momentum, it turned it into direct pressure on Democratic leadership. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and House Whip Katherine both faced primary challenges from their own progressive base. The message was explicit. Resistance to Trump wasn't enough. They wanted a new model of party leadership. Meanwhile, moderates warned Fox News Digital that this strategy wasn't winning the political middle, and that tension now defines the road to 2026. A party split between a restless progressive wing and an establishment struggling to retain control. And that conflict only escalates in the cities, starting with New York. During the New York City mayoral race, self-proclaimed socialist Zohran Mamdani secured the Democratic nomination. And when Schumer was asked whether he would support Mamdani, he repeatedly avoided giving a clear answer. That hesitation didn't go unnoticed. It amplified a symbolic question inside the party. Who represents the future? The progressive movement or the establishment leadership? Because on the national stage, the same pressure landed on Gavin Newsom. In 2025, California Governor Gavin Newsom cemented himself as one of the most high-profile opponents to Donald Trump's agenda. His signature move? A redistricting effort designed to squeeze 5 Republicans out of office, mirroring Texas earlier that year. Even Democrats inside California were split over whether fighting fire with fire was worth the risk. And while the move raised Newsom's national profile, it also created a strategic problem. He only has 1 year left as governor. And 2025 was the year he burned precious time without clearly demonstrating what kind of executive leader he intends to be if he moves toward 2028. And he wasn't the only figure whose legacy came under pressure. For former President Joe Biden, 2025 wasn't a quiet post-presidency year. It was a reckoning. Within weeks of Trump taking office, executive orders drove border encounters to some of the lowest levels on record, undermining Biden's claim that his administration was doing everything it could. Then came the House Autopen investigation, revealing unprecedented delegation of authority to aides, and reporting from Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson documented just how extensively Biden's inner circle worked to manage public perception around age and cognitive fitness. Together, these developments forced Democrats to confront a deeper question. Where does the party go next? And for Chuck Schumer, the answer came with a political cost. Few Democratic leaders had a year as politically damaging as Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. A 43-day government shutdown ended with Democrats gaining almost nothing. 8 Democrats broke ranks and backed a Republican plan. And while Schumer tried to balance progressive expectations and caucus discipline, he satisfied neither. Then came New York. As Zohran Mamdani captured the mayoral nomination, Schumer repeatedly avoided saying whether he would support him. And that hesitation amplified the perception that Schumer could no longer speak for both wings of the party. The question now is simple. Can he still lead? And does he still represent the party's future? Before we close, here's the real takeaway. 2025 didn't just produce political losers. It produced power shifts that will directly shape 2026. If you want a deeper, data-driven breakdown of which progressive challengers are most likely to unseat establishment figures, where Newsom's strategy helps and where it traps him, and how Schumer's shutdown fallout changes Senate leverage, tell me in the comments below. If enough of you want it, our next episode will map the races, the states, and the factions that now hold real power going into 2026. Stay with us, because this story is only beginning.